Hello, and welcome to I have no idea where I'm going. It's on this industrial estate somewhere, so bear with me a minute. Now, the place I want, according to Google, is on this industrial estate in front of me on the left. But this doesn't look right, does it? It's just maybe an entrance at the back here. This looks like all containers. Let's go on and see what we can find. So now, that's obviously containers going in there. Now, according to Google, the place I want is the other side of that grey building, Axial. So, it's obviously not the right entrance, but I've got to find the right entrance. We'll wait for him to go, and I'll pull round and go back down the road a little way, see what I can find another entrance. So this looks like some sort of industrial estate within industrial estate, like a gated community. So I'm going to pull over here. There's an entrance down here, which looks like it goes onto this estate as well. So I'll pull over here and see if I can find a body to ask if I'm in the right place. Right, we have a result. Found some guys that were having lunch. Luckily they were African, so they spoke a bit of English. Because nothing here says the name of the place that I'm going to. I'm only going by what it says on Google Maps, that it's here. So they pointed me in the right direction. Common language in Africa, by the way, is either French or English. So this building on the right is like the administration block for all these companies that are on this estate. So they've given me like a pass and all that sort of thing, but they don't work for the company I'm going to. So they've sort of given me a bit of an idea where it is, and we'll go in and see what the story is. should be down here, I reckon. There's a way out anyway. It's always a bonus if you can see the other end. This one maybe? No, it doesn't look right. Go down to where that van is. At least there's people there. That little lorry. We'll go down there and see if they're in. We can always go around the block and come back again if I've gone past it. To be honest, it looks about right, but if it's the wrong place, they're all in a line. So if it's the wrong place, they'll know where is the right place. So that's a good start. Well, that was a result. First time. Well, second time if you count the going in the trying to get in the wrong entrance. But see, look, this is where I was on the opposite side of the fence. So I was kind of in the right place, but I was on the wrong side of the fence. But because that's where I came in front of me, I could see where I wanted to be, but just the wrong side of the fence, which is the story of my life. But yeah, so but he did say go out this way, but don't go out this entrance. I've got to go back out the entrance that I came in. So that'll do. So there's where the containers are coming out. Obviously that's the container brought down that ramp, I guess, the depot. So that's the result. It might turn out to be a bit long, this video. Hopefully we won't make as many of them mistakes. But I've got quite a few collections to do, which I don't know where any of them are. But you'll just have to fast forward if you get bored. Quite figure out how to get out the gate, whether we were supposed to go to an office or what, but there's a camera there and it's open now. Let's just go. Quick view, you can see how they're still rebuilding Valencia after the floods, still trying to get the roads back together. Not too sure where I'm going, but this is the second collection. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the place up on the right. That's where I'm going, the one at the back. I can see a big sign, so the entrance has got to be along here somewhere. Just take it steady. I think here. Looks about right. Let's go in here and see what we can find. Do we think this is the right entrance? Maybe I should have gone a bit further. Maybe this is the entrance for the cars. No. was thinking there might be an entrance here. I'm going to go back and park, and I'm going to walk and see if I can find out if there's another entrance. I timed that well. That lady was coming out, and she said, yeah, in the right place. Doesn't look very big though. Anyway, she said, turn right in front of the house, go down to the end, press the button, and they'll open the gates. But she's going to ring through and tell them that I'm coming in anyway. So let's have a look at this. Doesn't look like the biggest place, does it? Well, it looks like a few people have had a go at the wall. What if I go in, turn left and reverse down? Would that work? She said turn right. No, that's not going to work either. Let's go back and give this another go, I reckon. Give it another swing, and we'll see if we can see if I can get a bit more room on this and swing it round to the right. Trouble being, as you swing round to the right, I mean obviously all the lorry drivers watching this understand what I'm saying. When you swing it round to the right, the trailer's coming out, and it's going to, as you swing round to the right, the trailer's coming round following you round, but it's going to swing out wider, and it's them trees that you have to watch. But at the same time, there's a little wall on the right hand side. We'll see. Let's see what we can do. I must admit, it's days like this I wish I had my short wheelbase Scania. Short wheelbase one that I had before, you could just turn it on a dime. It would take you in anywhere. 2 axles, and yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. For these sort of jobs, not that we do these jobs very often, but these sort of jobs, it was absolutely ideal. So I just stopped and walked down, and this lady said, yeah, you're doing the right way. She said, I'll watch you. It's quite amusing. I'm walking around in my shorts and she's putting her big coat on. But yeah, she said, I'll watch. She said, you're definitely in the right place. And you know, it just goes through your head. You know, if you get in here, it's got to get out. So that is the one thing. But she said, yeah, it's the right way. And you would think, you know, if they're going to have big lorries in, that see, now she's watching something that it doesn't need watching really, because I can see the floor because I've got the curbside mirror. It's the as a switch, put your teeth back in, as the fridge swings round, it's the trees at the back and those little balcony things sticking out. But never mind. She's being really helpful. So
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you. But you've got all this space here. Look. I wonder if you could get out that way. I wonder if we could get out that way. But then it looks like another company over there. Don't know. So you have to be careful when you're going over these fields as well, because they've had a lot of rain. So what you can do is, though it looks hard, you can end up getting stuck. But that looks like another entrance. I wonder if that just goes to that factory there. Don't know. But she said anyway, follow it round to the left. So we'll go in and see I'll ask them inside if I can go out that way. But she said just follow in. She's rang the guy inside. He's waiting apparently. There's our little bay. That's what we need to get on. Just turn it round here. So that's the second one on. He did say you have to go out the way you come in. So let's see what we can do, eh? We need to keep over to the right, but not hit the trees, the overhanging trees. Oh, hang on, there's a van coming in here. I'll go backwards because it's easier. I've got more room than they have. Let them in. It's going to take us a while to get out, so we'll let them in, and we're not under pressure then. over to the right, the thing is, what I can't see is that little wall on the left, because obviously that's my blind side. What I'm conscious of is these balcony things, and where the trailer swings out as I go round to the left, I don't want it to catch on them balconies. Hang on, let me turn the camera. Yep, that's where we're going. Marvellous. Now coming in and out here would be ideal for a drone shot, because you'd be able to see the angle of the trailer and angle of the unit and the exit. But as I don't have one, you can't have a drone shot. Always remember, you're not stuck to the seat. So all I'm going to be doing is getting in and out and making sure where the trailer is, and that I'm not going to catch them balconies as it swings round. All looks okay at the back. As we go forward, it should swing it away from the balconies, but we have trees, so I'll just the front of the trailer now is quite close to the trees, so I need to pull it back round to my left so that it all follows out left, but without hitting the trees of the front of the trailer. I was just checking that my blind side, that when the trailer comes round, it's not going to run over the wall. Just stick my arm out the window and pull the trees round. Save me getting a head full of tree. Keep it on that line until the trailer's clear of the left, and then I can pull it forward and pull it round to the left. Yay! Well, that was a bit of a mission, but we got that one on. We're heading over across country now. I will just gonna get past. There we go. Only trouble with a right-hand drive in a left-hand drive country is that you can't see too well when you're overtaking. You have to make sure you've got a very long piece of road. Do we know what you're doing? Are you coming in or going out? Oh, going in. Okay, nice cool underground parking. Let you go. So the quickest way for me to get from where I was to where I'm going is to cut through the national park. It will take me over to the bottom of the A23, well, middle, A23, Teruel, that sort of area, because the next collection is further north but out on the old road. So I'll leave you with a bit of scenery for a little while. I just interrupt your snooze. If you look at these houses, they've been here for years, and you can see that the electric is on the outside of the building, the big wires. So goodness knows what they're going to do when they don't have diesel or petrol cars. More wires like that, I guess. We'll just let them go past. It's always better just to give way. I mean, these are all local drivers, so you're as well just to give way, and they know where they're going. Oh, 3. And you don't want to hit the wall, and you don't want to do anything dumb, so just let them go. When I recorded this trip, I recorded loads, and I have cut a lot out, and I was thinking of cutting all this out, but to me this is what makes the job. I mean, I like the views. I mean, if you don't like them, you can just fast forward it, but I know that some other people like the roads. These are the sort of roads I'd go on if I was in a camper van, or if I was on my motorbike, or just coming on holiday. And I think it's far more to Spain than just Benidorm and Malaga. See the little man that says stand clear, this vehicle turning left? He gets up about an hour after I do. I mean, he just doesn't work in the morning. He doesn't do getting out of bed. So I can be up, and I've travelled all over. I've turned left loads of times, but he's just not out of bed. And then all of a sudden, about an hour later, you hear him going off, and you just think, all right, okay, your alarm's gone off then. It amuses me no end. That I know, I've got too much of imagination. So there we are. This is A23, which goes from north to south down to Valencia. This is like the new road. Now I've come off the A23, which is the, as I call it because I'm old, is the new road, and I'm going onto the old road towards Calamocha. This is Calamocha, and there'll be 100 older drivers there that will just say, oh look, I've been there. Because this used to be the main road. This is the road that we all took. Now I've had to sort of shorten it a bit because it was going on, a bit like myself. But all the older drivers will be saying, oh look at that, okay, that's changed. So I'll just let it run so that you can see where I'm going. I'm heading out towards De Roca for all those older drivers because I'm going to park there tonight. The next collection is on the other side. I'm coming down into De Roca, which is where I'm going to park tonight. I want to park up here on the left there'll be lots of drivers that says, oh, there's loads of cafes there. There's not anymore. I think, oh, I should have turned there, I think. I can't think I'll turn here. So what I'm going to do is go up and do a U-E and come back and park there by that one. Now, there's one cafe. That one's shut. When they built the new road, that one's shut. And for all the old people, this is the one on the left that used to have all the hams hanging outside. That one's also closed. I think the factory's still open, but the cafe's closed. Good morning. Not a bad night's sleep. There's not the bars and restaurants there used to be. There's a couple of cafes in the town. But yeah, not a bad night's sleep. Now, I spoke to the guy in the garage, told him where I was going. So I've come out of De Roca and heading towards Catalud that way. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I need to go off the main road and sort of into the countryside a bit. So I said to him, is this road all right? And he said, yeah, there's a bypass through that little town now. So he said, when you come into town, turn right. He said, and that's the way you need to go. Don't go into the town. So we'll see how we get on. Can you see that sign? I'll put an arrow on it. Well, why do we think that sign's upside down, do we think? So this is the village that the guy was saying, oh, there's a weight limit that way anyway, so we can't turn that way. And it's all signposted, but it was nice of him to tell us. Turn right on the new bypass. I'll wait till you see it. And there's the new bypass. Yeah. Well, that's handy anyway. At least we don't have to go through the town. Ta-da! The new bypass works. Marvellous. Not the widest of roads, but pretty enough. And we got out. Just the job. So I'm guessing it just says the middle of the road. It doesn't say stay to which side or not. But that's a little village on the left, look. Well, the white line didn't stay there long, did it? And it's a bit bouncy. But I know we're going the right way. And he did say, the fella, he said it's all country roads. There's a song there somewhere. When I'm going down these places, I'm a big lorry and the road's only narrow. But what I do is I consciously look at entrances and look at places that I think if I've gone the wrong way, I can turn round. Like that one there, look. And I keep that in my mind. We have white lines. Yay. And I mean, it goes backwards. So if you have to reverse 5 miles, then you have to reverse 5 miles. It's not the end of the world. But if you can keep it in your mind somewhere that you could turn round if necessary, then you know you will be a lot calmer thinking, okay, I might have to reverse a mile, but there's that entrance that I passed. And this is why it's always a good idea to have a retarder in Spain. This one hasn't, but could do with one. It's got quite a good exhaust brake, but it's nothing like a retarder. Luckily I'm not fully freighted, but yeah, I would definitely recommend having a retardo coming out here. And the only thing is we're picking up a few pallets here, so we've got to crawl back up this hill. But there you go. It's just one of them things. At least it's 2 lanes, eh? Till we get back onto the single track. The place we're going is just down the bottom of the hill. So there's no other way to it. You know, you come this way or you go the other way. It's you've got to get to it. It's middle of nowhere. Another place there on the right, look, and that's hard standing. Could have turned around there if I needed. I mean, that's always going through my mind when I'm going into these places. That's always a good sign. Those are wine vats, so always a good sign. If you don't know where you're going, it's always a good idea to ask, what am I collecting? Because if you're collecting wine, or you're collecting potatoes, or you're collecting metal, or whatever, wood, whatever, if you can see a pallet yard that looks like there's wood, I'll go there, then that's a good place to start. Because if they don't know, they'll know where it is. So even if you don't know where you're going or what you're doing, let's have a look up here. I think I've got to go here. This is it on the left. There's already a lorry up there. I'm going to stop here and walk up and make sure I can get in, otherwise I'll pull over there on the left. Make sure they can get out if I go up there. Yep, I'll go in. It's a container, so it's only short. It's a short container. I think they're 20 foot, aren't they? Somebody will know. Anyway, if I go up and pull up over on the left, they'll be able to get out. Nice guy. Jumped out and spoke to me, and yeah, nice guy. So I'm going to pull up here on the left. But yeah, if you can see something, so if you're going to pick up onions and you can see an onion yard, then just go there. And a lot of these places will help you out if you're in the wrong place, you know. So pull up out this way and we'll nip round to the office. Those are nice people. Just waited for the container to go. He's pulled out onto the road, so we'll just back on that bay. Shouldn't take long. The guy said it's all ready, so I shall bring you back when we're done. That didn't take long. The bloke in there said to me, "Where you going?" And I said, "Karenina," sort of. And he said, "I'll draw you a map, because that's not a good road." I said, "Righto." And this is my map. And he said, "Don't go up to Codes, because that road is like a snake." He said, "Go up here, turn right, and then just go out that way." And I thought, yeah, that makes sense. And I mean, I'm old. A map like this definitely makes sense. So we're going back out the way we came in, sort of, and then cutting back through a little bit further up where his map sends me. Now when you're on country roads with tight bends, do not hog the curb. It's one thing I learned from riding a motorbike. Make people aware of your presence. So hold it out a little bit. If they're racing down the hill, they will catch sight of you and see that you're taking up the road. So we've lost the white line again, but there's a car coming the other way. Now, we'll just pull over because we don't want to go in that ditch. Because I'm loaded, if I go too far in that ditch, one thing I might sink, and the other thing is the load will shift, and then I might go over. So it's easier to stop, give way, let them move. They're lighter, and they more often know the road better than you do. So just pull over, let them go, and then start again. Do not let them push you, and do not try and swerve and end up in the ditch. Now this is where we want to turn right here. That all goes up into I did look on Google Maps, and it all goes up into a national foresty. Yeah, he's quite right. It looks pretty severe. So I probably wouldn't have gone that way anyway if he hadn't have told me, but he told me, so we're not going. The road's still very bumpy, but it's not as windy as that way. And again, still taking mental note of places I could turn round if I had to. So there we go, back to the main road. As I get along, a lot of you older drivers will recognise it. This used to be the main road. This used to be the only road that you could go on to go up and down to Spain, Valencia. This is where all the traffic used to go this way, lorries, cars, everything, until they built the A23. So there's the A23 on my right, and say this is the old road. A lot of you will, you see that? There you go. A lot of you will recognise this cafe coming up. There it is. That's the balcon. Used to be a really, really busy place, closed down for years now, because nobody uses this road, only local people. But this was the only road down to Valencia from Zaragoza. Kind of come underneath the 23. We're at Panzia. Place I want is on my left here. Weird place to get into. Can't figure out how to. Don't think you go through the gate. You have to run alongside it. So we'll see how we get in. This is it on the right. The bays are here on the right. Oh, hang on, there's a person here. Hang on. So what he said was go round the roundabout. He's opened that gate. He said drive in the gate and reverse onto the bay, which is ideal if you left-hand drive. But as I'm not, it'll be a bit of a jiggle, but I'm sure we'll manage. bit because it would be a performance, because the stuff isn't ready. So I'm on my way to my last collection now, which is out here a bit, but don't quite know why it wasn't ready. I think it was just a communication problem. So yeah, there wasn't much to see. Nice enough guy, and I just had to wait there for a little while to get further instructions. So now I'm going out here, filling out here. The road I'm on is the road towards between Zaragoza and Logroño, the old road, and again we're going over into the countryside. Always stop at a stop sign, because the Spanish love a stop sign. So we're turning left here, and I did get my office to ring, because the office have fluent Spanish speakers, because I'm not sure how I would have got into here. I've got a plan, haven't heard back from them, but I've got a plan, so we'll work on it. So I want to turn right here. The town that I want to go to is over on the right, but it's very small, and I'm thinking this looks like the straightest road in. I don't know, it's because some of these little towns have dedicated routes to get into, the same as they do in the UK, and that's why I was wondering, is there a dedicated route to get to this place? But it only looks small, so I'm going the straightest route. So this is the town. Now the place I want to go to, I think, is up by that red building you can see in front. Again, what I'm going to do is pull up and walk up, because I don't want to end up getting into the town and having a disaster. And there's a place on the left here that I can turn around if I need to. So I'm going to pull up and then walk up. It's this side of the town somewhere. I think it's that red building, or it's very close to that red building. So I'm going to pull up on the right, walk up, see what's going on up there, so I don't end up just get myself stuck in the town somewhere. That was a result. I'm walking up, and the guy that was walking the other way, he said, "Oh, you coming to me?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay." I said, "I just thought I'd check and walk up." He said, "Very prudent." So it is that red building, but we're turning left here. I mean, what you have to remember about some of these places, they are really old. I mean, they're old family places that have been here forever, before the lorries got this big. 16-ton weight limit, you know. So I wasn't going to turn up here and end up going the wrong way. There he is there, look. So, you know, for the sake of a few, it gets me steps up anyway. For the sake of a few steps, it was worth getting out. Right, so we're going up and around. Park here. Sounds like a plan. Thank you. Obviously done this before, haven't they? Either that or they built this especially for me, which I doubt. Oh, and we have bodies. That's handy, save me doing it myself. Okay. Just waiting for paperwork. Wow, this place is old. Looks like this place has been here since, well, forever, look. Even the beams. Wow. Not quite as old, but doesn't look too bad. Well, we've got everything sorted, and just had to wait a little while for the paperwork, but the two guys were Romanian that were loading, chatting away in English, which is far better than my Romanian, but we've got to get out now. Let's see this guy move his car. I think we can get out, but he's just waved his hand saying he's moving it.
Right here.
See, that road there opposite us was the other road I looked at coming in, and I'm glad I didn't. I just don't know how tight it would have been further up, so looking at the map, this definitely looked like the easiest way. I think it was the right way anyway. But yeah, and we got there. So that's the last of my Spanish collections. All the rest I'm collecting is up in France. So I'm going to finish the video here because the video is getting a bit long. So I'll put the French ones in another one. Now, I've tried to edit it down. I ended up with something like 6.5 hours of video in. So I've edited it down, but I didn't want to lose the essence of what I was doing. So like I said, if you get bored, just fast forward. We don't do this job very often. We don't do these wine collections. It's very rare we do it. And there are companies that do it, and they can have like 20 collections in all sorts of places. So my hat's off to them. I quite like doing them now and again because it's always an adventure and you get to meet some really nice people, and it's always interesting to see different places of Spain. But as I say, I'll try and put the French bit on another one. So thanks for coming along, and thank you to everybody that's bought me a coffee or bought merch, and everybody that just supports the channel. Thumbs up and comments are always welcome, and I will catch up with you next time. Take care, everyone.